In this presentation, we're going to take a look at the Skillshare class information section. In other words, we're constructing a course within Skillshare with information that we have been putting together in prior presentations. In a prior presentation, we uploaded the video lessons and started the course. We entered the title into the class section, the class information. Now we're going to continue on with the other information here, including the class description and project. Get ready for business, online business. Here we are in our Skillshare platform. You can go into here by going to your Teach dropdown. We are in the Classes You're Teaching section. We've been starting our course here, so we have our course that we have started. We're going to be going into the edit process for it. We have uploaded the video information for it. However, we still need that intro video that we're going to be putting up top. Notice that once you have that intro video up top, and we might do that later, I might not do that with you here, but once you have the intro video, you do want to make sure that you pull it up top, have the item here for the image, and make sure that you put your thumbnail on that. So make sure that you have your thumbnail image, which you would just find here, and then just there's your thumbnail. And I'm using the same one for this example. You might want to use a different thumbnail because, like I said, you could have multiple courses in here. Save the draft. Looks like it's saved for us. That looks good. Let's go to the course information now. Course information, where we have the title of the course. So we've got the title here. Here's the title of the course. And then the course description. Now, obviously, you can't just pull it from the Udemy because we have a much smaller course typically. So let's give a description. So I'm going to say, let's see. So I'm going to say something like, here's learn how to convert a video file, an MP4 file, I'm going to say another comma there, to multiple other resources, including text file, audio or MP3 file, Word document, PDF file, Spanish or other language text file, and Spanish or other language audio file. So I'm going to say that's going to be the description, then the class project. And you want to be specific on the class project to say this is what you're going to do, because again, it's a project-oriented thing, right? So you're going to have this completed thing at the end of the project. So then we have the project here. We will take an MP4 file and convert it into multiple other resources. We have attached the MP4 file and we'll be using we will be using in the example. I think that makes sense. However, you can use your own MP4 file as well. We will convert the MP4 file to, and these are the items they're going to have. So this is going to be their final project they'll be done with, are these actual files that will be taken from the attached file. Now, it's useful to add an attachment because, again, I think that gives emphasis to Skillshare to say, hey, look, this is indeed a project-based thing. But you might be in a situation where that's not the case, of course. You might have a type of course where they're basically taking their own resources, any project, and making some. So I don't think you necessarily need an attachment, but I feel like, it could be another thing that just indicates, hey, look, we're attaching a project here. So if you could include one, I would include something. Now, we could also put our attachments for the Word documents and all the other kind of resources we made if we want, but I'm just going to add that one video file here. So let's see if I can find that. I'm going to go into here. We're going to go into the text and audio files, Spanish and audio. That's not it. So I think I found it here. So here it is. So I'm going to pick up that one. I'm going to upload that. And so that's going to be our attachment. Then I'm going to say that we have to choose a category. So I'm going to say the category for mine, business. So you can see they're general categories, not a whole lot of, lifestyle, technology, not a whole lot of selection. I could put technology here. So less strategy with regards to the categories than you might see in say a Udemy, I would think. And then I'm going to say that business, analytics, finance, human resources, marketing, productivity, maybe business productivity. I could choose technology. I'll keep it there. And then I'm going to keep, this is the default. So I'll typically keep the default setting there. And then select level. Again, most people probably are going to choose all levels unless there's some specific area. And again, if you do multiple different courses that are going to kind of gear on each other, that are dependent on each other, then, this might be relevant to have here. Or like if you did multiple math courses or something like that to build on each other, you might say, hey, you need to know addition before you do this multiplication thing, or if I'm doing calculus here, you might need this problem, you might need this, that, or the other thing, and you might refer, maybe check the policies to see if you can, that you might have a course on that. All right. So then you want the class skills. So convert video file to other resources. It might be nice if I had a better skill than that, but that's going to be one of the search topics, so you want to spend some time with that, and that is it. So then I'm going to save the draft. So I'm going to save the draft there. So that looks pretty good. You can then preview it. So I can say, okay, let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like at this point in time. Check this thing out. And then it goes to basically the play screen. Now notice this first slide has my thumbnail on it. That's what's going to show up when we first go into the when you see the course. Now I haven't added the intro, so make sure to add the intro. It's important. And then you've got your information down here on this information down here. Now when I make the intro, I would just basically do a screencast of this now, right? I'd say, okay, here's the course. Here's the information on the side. Here's who I am. And, here's the item you can download. Here's the course project. What you will end up with at the end of this will be these files. That will be the final course project. Something like that will be your recap summary that you'll then make your first video, the video that you'll then put the thumbnail on. And then you're good to go. Just make sure that when you publish this, let's go back and see if I can go back in here. Let's go back. It can be a little weird to go back and forth. I'm probably not doing it as well as cleanly as it could be done, but this is how I've been doing it. You could probably do it faster than this. So once you have this set up, then all you have to do is publish it here. And again, there's no restrictions to the publishing. So even if you did something that you would think would be like the system could catch, like if you publish 2 in the same week, and that's against policy, you would think the system would be able to say, hey, this guy published 2 in the same week. I'm not going to let them publish it right now. But it won't even catch things like that, right? There's no review process as far as I can see on the publishing side. But there is a review process post-publishing. And again, even if something is there and they say, hey, I don't like your intro, because it didn't have, I think you could have this or that, or you have a reference to money here or something like that, whatever, then the course could just be taken down completely on the review process. So you kind of want, it's worthwhile to go on the first draft and make sure everything is okay, because the review process isn't really a review. To me, it's not really a review process that's going to say, hey, here's some changes, adjust that, and then we'll put it back up. The review process is, we're taking your course down. Most likely it's not going back up, and you get 1 out of 3 strikes. And if you get 2 more, you're done. So that's what the review is kind of like. So you're going to publish it. You're going to be in a kind of a stressful state for 2 weeks just to see if it lasts, and then it could still be taken down at any point after that point in time. But it's more likely that it's gonna keep going after that point.